calling it God, which is the big problem in people's lives, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like we were just talking about, you could never, if Sarah was going to marry a serial killer, you could never trust her life with that guy. It doesn't matter if that guy said he turned over a new leaf.
Right.
If you knew that that guy had killed 40 people, and he come and said, I turned over a new leaf, and I want to marry your daughter now.
Right.
What do you think you're going to feel in your heart?
No trust.
About letting your daughter be with that guy,
Yeah.
or trusting her life with that
That's
guy.
a great example.
Why won't you trust?
Because he's got a track record.
He's got a track record. Okay, so now if we look at God, we basically painted God in the image of the worst serial killer that ever lived.
That's right.
That's the image we painted of God. And now we come and say, well, God turned over a new leaf.
He's not killing people anymore.
Nope. He killed his last person when he killed his own son.
Yeah, right.
So he's even the worst kind of serial killers. Normally serial killers, they're not busy killing their own kids.
They don't kill their family.
No,
Right?
no. They have this strange, separation.
Yeah.
Right? Like Ted Bundy, he was married, right? He came home to that woman all the time. He never killed her, but he's out there killing all these other women.
Right.
And so we say God is the worst serial killer that ever lived, but he killed his last person when he killed his own son. And now he's turned over a new leaf. Trust him with your life.
Yeah, right.
Now, there's something in the heart that says, the hell I will.
Yeah, right.
You want me to trust a guy that's been busy killing more people than I know how to count that high? You expect me to trust my life, which is very precious to me?
Yeah.
You want me to trust it in the hands of a guy who's been busy serial killing? And in the height of his serial killing, he went and killed his son.
Yeah.
That's your description of God. That's
Right.
not mine.
Yeah, right.
And you want me to trust that guy. It's impossible. It's impossible for the human heart to go to rest in the integrity of that guy, because the way we've described God is as if to say he doesn't have any integrity.
Yes.
You can't trust a person unless you believe they're full of an integrity and good intentions towards you. It's like when I worked at the finance company. At first I was like a micromanager because no one worked as hard as me and no one cared about doing it as much as me. And so I struggled to trust anybody to do anything. And so I would never go on vacation, because if I went on vacation, I had to trust my baby in the hands of people who I couldn't trust because they didn't demonstrate that they had the integrity to care for the baby. So I didn't go on vacation for years, and I racked up 300-400 hours of personal leave. Then finally I hire a guy, and I see this guy. He thinks like me. This guy cares about it as much as I care about it. He's full of honor and integrity towards the department and towards how it's run and what's going on. And so I found something in me where I was able to give it over into his hands because I saw he was full of integrity.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I could go on vacation and I wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call. I wouldn't wonder how things were going because I was resting. I was living like a child. Right? I wasn't worried about the finance company or the department anymore. I was living like a child because I knew it was being cared for. And so I knew I didn't have to worry about its care. Right? Well, if we don't have that same thing going on with God, our life is the most precious thing we've ever encountered. Let's just be honest.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
I mean, I know the gospel is setting us free to see that our lives are already cared for, so we can think of other people's lives over ourselves. But till we get to that place, the beginning point is our life is precious.
Yeah.
The thought of not having our life is very scary, and it's it freaks us out. And even just the fact of something being able to come and dent our life.
Yes.
I mean, listen, some people get upset when their car gets dented and they want to cry. Now imagine your life can be dented,
Right.
Yeah.
or something can bruise it, or smack it around, or steal from it. Listen, man, we don't like that.
No.
And now we're being asked to trust this thing that's so precious to us that we don't even want it to get a dent. We're being asked to trust that thing in the hands of a guy that we've described as the person who's killed all the people and even killed his own son. And we think we're going to be able to do that? We see what he's done with other people's lives. Now we're going to give him our life? What? No. You can't. Just like I couldn't give the finance company over to these people because I knew they weren't going to care for it. We can't come and describe God as a guy who is flippant with people's lives and is flippant with the care of their lives and expect that people now are going to believe all of a sudden he will be careful.
Yeah.
Now,
So the conversation then